Hi everyone, it's time to go to the library. It is time to go to the library. Now, let me start off this by saying that librarians are the true superheroes of academics. I'm telling you, these men and women know everything, and if they don't know it, they know exactly where to find it, and they know how to teach you how to find it. They are amazing. And whether you're in an on-campus or an online class, there are still many ways to get help from a librarian, and at almost every single school, they have workshops that you can do remotely, and if you do one of those workshops, and or you set up a chat with one of the librarians at our libraries, I will give you 5 points of extra credit on your informative speech. I know. It's no joke, man. Think about some of you who dressed for this special occasion speech, for the graduation speech. That made a difference, right? So right now, we're getting ready to learn something that is completely new to people. And so the more you can take advantage of extra credit in moments like this, the better. It's mo better. All right. So try to set something up with a librarian. They can always email me if worst case scenario. And also, if you're taking library sessions, I believe there is an online way for me to confirm that you did. So if you do that and you can prove it, you got to prove it, then I will give you 5 points of extra credit. Now, review that library video, go to the library and ask me some questions in my virtual office, because if you're a first timer doing academic research, it can be a little like, "Rawr!" Okay, and I want you to feel super confident as you're going down this road. Now, right now though, I want to talk to you about what the actual research requirements are and what you can and cannot use. So if you're in the module and you click on research requirements, this is going to pop up. This is a little chart to show you exactly what's okay. So first of all, there's a hierarchy of academic sources. Scholarly articles from the library databases and peer-reviewed articles are at the top of the heap. They are the most vetted documents in academics. That's the first place you want to look. You can also use academic encyclopedias, and academic encyclopedias are very specific. So it's not like World Book where it has a page or a page and a half about every single topic. This would be an academic encyclopedia that's dedicated just to politics or just to Middle East relations or to cooking or the arts or literature or theater. Or there's academic encyclopedias for every topic, and you can access those virtually at our libraries. Okay, you can use one reputable newspaper or one reputable magazine for this assignment. So you have to have 3 to 5 minimum. You might end up with way more sources, but 3 to 5 minimum needs to come from column 1. And one reputable newspaper or one reputable magazine. So this is what's reputable when it comes to a newspaper. Newspapers like the Los Angeles Times, the Washington Post, the New York Times, those are reputable. Okay, so you need to start to learn how to gauge what's actually true and what isn't. That's what the fake news discussion board is all about. And also to recognize that some things are just more true than others. Okay, a reputable magazine would be something like Newsweek, Time. Let's say that you were going to do an article on Jimi Hendrix, then I would accept Rolling Stone. Something that would not be reputable would be something like Us Magazine, People Magazine, In Style Magazine. All right, those would not be reputable. National Geographic, yes. Rolling Stone, okay. Vanity Fair, for some of their articles, sure. Time, Newsweek, there may be others that I'm not thinking about. But for the most part, I want you to use your best judgment, but I want you to go visit the library and really get real with yourself about where your best judgment is at. Okay? These things have to be reputable. This is what you cannot use. No .coms. I'm not going to let you use Fox News. It's just not reputable. And I'm not going to let you use MSNBC either, because both of them have a bias. One is more true than the other, but you can't use them. All right, that's a no. Something that you could use is an online edition of one of the reputable newspapers I mentioned. All right, but I don't wait. No Breitbart, that's out. I want you to be really judicious, and I want you to just face some reality that some things are just not true, and they're not reporting news with anyone's best interest except for a few people. That's just the reality we're in right now. So this is a great time to sort of check yourself, all right? Check yourself, because we all believe stuff that's not true. We all do. We all do. And that's okay. It's not okay, though, if you aren't willing to face that. So now's a good time to do that. Okay? So you cannot use Wikipedia. If you have Wikipedia in your works cited page, it's an automatic F. That's just a disqualifier. Now, a good thing about Wikipedia is that you could go look up a topic and sort of click the links and go looking around. You know how you do, and you go down the rabbit hole. And that gives you some ideas and some search terms to use in the library databases. You can also scroll down to the bottom of Wikipedia and look at their sources, quote unquote, where they got their information. And if you can go back into the library databases and find those articles in a database, then you could use those sources. Everything in your works cited has to be something that you legitimately used. You can't just pad out your works cited, okay? It has to be something that you actually cite in your speech out loud. I'll talk about that in another speech, in another lecture. All right, now once you've reached the minimum of 3 to 5 for this assignment, then you can go over here to column 2. And in column 2, you can see that you can use a .edu, a .org, or a .gov. Most of these organizations have a ton of good research, and you can use them, but only after you've fulfilled the requirement in column 1. So you have to have 3 to 5 from here first before you can use these. Okay? Here is a .gov that is no longer available for you to use, and that would be the EPA. I'm no longer accepting that as the source. So I want you to take that off your list. So take that off your list. But if you fulfilled the 3 to 5 over here, you've got at least 3, but you still need some more information or something to sort of round out what you're talking about, you could go over here. Okay, so that's just a quick overview of what you can and can't use. If you have questions about that, go to my virtual office and ask the questions there. Be sure you go visit the library virtually in the lecture that I've created, and then we'll answer any questions that you have, and we'll get these speeches in really good shape with your academic sources. All right? All right, thanks so much. Have a good one.